Alright guys, so in this video we're checking out the RunCam 5 Orange. This camera's been out for quite a while and has already been reviewed by many other reviewers. I've had this, I've been using it on and off and kind of comparing it to GoPro footage. See here I got the GoPro Session 5, the Hero 6 Black, and then my Hero 6 Black conversion to GoPro Lite here. We'll show you a little bit of that later. But to address some of the complaints that my videos are too long, I'm going to just cut right to the conclusion here, and you guys can watch the rest of the video if you want. Basically, I can only recommend this camera if you absolutely can't afford the used Hero Session 5. So, same size. The Session 5 weighs about 18 grams more, about 18 grams more than the RunCam 5 Orange. So the RunCam 5 Orange is a little bit lighter, but it'll fit all the same mounts and everything. But there's a lot of disadvantages to the RunCam 5 Orange compared to the Session 5 or the Hero 6. And the price difference isn't that huge. You can pick these up on Amazon renewed. I think the price varies. It goes up and down based on demand, but it's going to be about $130. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending. And because they're renewed, sometimes the batteries are no good, so they're kind of hit and miss. I would recommend getting a warranty. You can buy an Amazon warranty. I think it's like $12 or $13. And in case you have to get one with a dead battery or something's wrong with it, you can get it fixed or replaced. Obviously, the RunCam 5 Orange is going to be brand new. They'll be around about $100. There might be a coupon code down in the description. Don't know right now. I'll see if I can get one. You may be able to get 10% off. Get it for like $90. Again, price will fluctuate. It'll depend. But if I had to recommend a camera to get right now, if you can afford it, just get the Hero Session 5 for about $130 with the warranty. Add another $12-13, so about maybe $145 over the RunCam 5 Orange, because one, the image quality is better. Now, the image quality on the RunCam 5 Orange is not bad. In fact, it's probably the best of all of the RunCam action cameras that they put out for FPV, and since the beginning, this is the best one. But even though the image quality is pretty good, and it's getting pretty close to GoPro quality, maybe like from the Hero 4, there's a lot of limitations. You don't have super view. You can't stabilize the footage in Real Steady Go, which is very popular right now, which you need basically a Hero 5 session, or they actually recommend a Hero 6 Black. This is the go-to camera if you want to stabilize your footage in Real Steady Go. And with the RunCam 5 Orange, you can't do any of that. Now, yeah, there is image stabilization as an option available in this camera. In fact, in the most recent firmware update 1.1.2, which is what I'm running on here, they added additional resolutions that the electronic image stabilization is supported. However, it's, in my opinion, pretty weak. It doesn't work so great. It crops in the image a lot. I would say you would be better served to just stabilize it in post using like Adobe Premiere or some other software in a video editor. You'll get better results that way versus doing the in-camera stabilization. It doesn't really work that great. And then compared to, say, like GoPro's Hypersmooth on the Hero 8, that's far superior to the image stabilization that's on here. Unless you absolutely can't afford more than about $100 to spend on an action camera for your FPV drone, I would say try and get some sort of a GoPro, and especially if you're going to be using Real Steady Go later, or want to get more professional looking stabilized footage, then your only option is to get a GoPro. Now, if you can't afford these the GoPro options, and you still want to get decent quality footage from your FPV drones, or you just want to get something a little bit cheaper in case you crash and destroy your camera, then yeah, this is obviously going to be an option for you. You're not going to be spending as much money, but there's going to be a little bit more work to get better footage from this camera. So first of all, I would recommend using one of the 4.3. I think there's actually only one 4.3 mode. It's the 1440p mode. They added that to this camera over the black version, the first version of the RunCam 5. And that's the one that I would recommend you use. It's the 1440p mode, and 4.3 uses the full sensor, so you get the full 4.3 or the full vertical field of view, which is what you want. It's going to look more like Super View after you process it with the fake Super View program. I think I'll link that down in the description how you can do that. I think I made a video about that a while back. You can actually process the 4.3 image and stretch it into Super View, like basically a fake Super View. Looks pretty close, and you get that full 4.3 vertical field of view look from the camera. So you know, again, you can get, you know, that you can get the image you want, but you have to do more work. So first, record in 1440p 4.3 mode. You're gonna have to do some post-processing, convert it into Super View, and then I also recommend recording your footage in the flat profile. That's another new feature in the orange that isn't in the black. That you can actually record it in flat, and then in your video post-processing, you can add color grading. And then so once you've done that, and then you add the color grading and also the Super View, then you're getting probably like 85-90% to the image that's coming out of the session 5 in Super View mode. But of course, you've done a lot more work. So that's why, again, if you can afford it, just get to session 5. It's going to save you a lot of headaches, especially if you just want to just get that nice Super View footage right out of the camera without doing a lot of work. But then if you can't afford the session 5, of course, then the RunCam 5 Orange is probably going to be your only viable option. A couple more downsides I think worth mentioning on the RunCam 5 Orange, or just generally any non-GoPro action camera out there. You know, you're going to get more of the shakes from your drone. So if it's not got a really perfect PID tune, you're going to see more of that shaking. Obviously, you can get rid of some of that in post-processing, but at the same time, you're also going to get more jello. So if your drone has a lot of vibrations, I say from a bent prop, you're going to get more of that coming in through to your video on something like this versus a GoPro. And I don't know why that is. I think maybe it's because these cameras are lighter, possibly. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, these are more jello prone over a GoPro, and these do tend to show more of the shakes and the imperfections in your PID tune. So if you don't have a really perfectly running drone, getting good footage from these cameras right out from the beginning is a little bit more challenging. Anyway, so I think that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to go and show you some more footage. I mean, overall, I can't really say that the image quality that's coming in here is terrible. It's just that there's a lot of disadvantages, as I mentioned earlier in the video, compared to GoPros, which I think why the GoPros are worth the extra money. And by the way, if you're wondering about this, I'm sorry I didn't really talk too much about this. If you're wondering about this, I made a video about this already. It's a GoPro Lite. It's a product from BetaFPV, and I converted it from this guy. It weighs 27 grams. So if you want to see that video, I'll link that down in the description if you guys are curious about that. But yeah, the quality of the image you can get out of a GoPro, especially after real steady go, is so much better than anything you can get from a RunCam 5, which is why, again, if you can afford to get the GoPro, get that. But if you can't, then of course, you know, you can get some pretty good footage out here if you're willing to do a little bit of extra work and jumping through some hoops. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. If you do, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.